real quick, y'all, because I'm so used to being in the house all day, so when I'm not in the house, it be throwing me off, right? But nonetheless, still have to learn how, like, releasing prophetic words had to become second nature to me, okay? That goes back to the word he gave us at the beginning of the year. A lot of those words are really hitting right now. But what I wanted to tell y'all was, because it's a couple of things, and I'm going to do the other ones later probably, but right now it's fresh on my mind because the full circle of the word did not hit me until I was writing my caption for Instagram. So, like, last week, I kept playing Automatic by Trey Songz and the other guy. Yes, it's automatic. And I knew I kept listening to it because God was telling me automatic. That's what he was stressing to me. And I was like, okay, cool. But today, for the speaking opportunity that I had told y'all about, because he's moving quick, like, why did I go check the tweets? And I had tweeted that on February the 11th, and on February the 12th is when my phone rang. It was like, God, it's truly like God was waiting on me to be like, I want to do it. That's the same thing that happened over the summer. Like, I was like, if this is you telling me, like, make a way, and my phone rang a couple days later, like, hey sis, like, I want you to do this. Like, okay, so he's moving quickly. But anyways, for the kids today, I'm pretty much gonna tell y'all what I told them, the 3 words that we stress, because I'm realizing that my anointing is on everything, whether it's the tweets, whether it's the sheets I make for the different events, whatever, my anointing is on it. We went over 3 definitions: innovative, authentic, and prolific, because I was going to speak to them about STEM. So even though it was engineering based, I got to tell them a little bit of my story, but we spoke about STEM. But the story I shared with them, I want to talk to them about the realest engineer in the game. Like, if y'all didn't know, I'm a mechanical engineer, and so Elijah McCoy has always inspired me. If you don't know who that is, I recommend you look it up. Now, I didn't know about him until I was a freshman at Auburn, right? Like, I ended up researching him for an essay. Elijah McCoy was a Canadian inventor, okay? Like, but his parents escaped slavery through the Underground Railroad, okay? And so they've had established themselves in Canada. He was born at 15. He went to Scotland to study engineering, okay? He came back. He was a master mechanic and engineer, but he couldn't find a job because of his skin color. So he had to work as a fireman and an oilman for the Michigan Railroad or whatever. And so during that time, though, to make his job easier, he invented what we know to be the oil cup, the automated lubricating cup for steam engines, okay? And so the big thing is, the saying that we get from Elijah McCoy is the real McCoy. That means the real deal. That means it's authentic. What God had already gave us that word. It means that it's the original, right? Because people would try to duplicate it, but they never could. And so the companies would be like, no, I want the real McCoy. That meant the real deal. That's the real thing. Do y'all hear me? So that's a part of the word. Like, continue to be authentic, okay? But also continue to be innovative, okay? That means creative, okay? Which he been stressing all that to us. And then the word prolific, because y'all know we've been on our Nipsey hustle. Like, I even named the word after the opportunity presented itself. I named it dedication. Do y'all remember that? Continue to be prolific, okay? And I even put I put dedication at the bottom of the sheet. But prolific means plentiful, fruitful, producing like a large quantity, okay? Like, this is a whole word. And so when I was writing my caption, I was just thanking God for the full circle moment, because honestly, in preparing for the event, I was so overwhelmed. Like, you've been preparing me for this my whole life. Like, I didn't have to do a lot to study Elijah McCoy, because I literally had already studied him when I was a freshman at Auburn when I first got there. In the making the sheets and all that went hard, because I've been doing that with my business and stuff, like, literally. And I don't know if I told y'all this, but I used to want to be a teacher. And so I was so overwhelmed, because I realized God was like, you still get to be a teacher. There's a reason you had that desire, but you're going to do it for me in the ways that I want you to do it, right? So I was just overwhelmed, like, all day. But then when I was writing my caption for Instagram, been giving me automatic before I knew that I was going to be speaking on Elijah McCoy at this event, right? The oil cup drips oil to the engine automatically. It's automatic. He had already gave me the revving up word. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And it was saying the revving up of the engine. But I was telling y'all, it wasn't a, like, you're about to get revved up. It was a, you've been revving up this whole time. This whole time when you was in the pit, when you was working for Potiphar. Okay, you was revving up this whole time. He was already giving me all these words, and it wasn't until today where it was full circle. And I said that in the short that I posted to Instagram. Revving up usually applies to the acceleration of an engine. Okay, but when we talking trains, when we're talking steam engines, which is what Elijah McCoy did, he invented the oil cup that automatically makes the oil drip on the moving parts of the engine so that you can perform effectively and efficiently. I need y'all to catch this word because as engineering as it sounds, it's all God. It ain't no where you're going into all that. Where we are right now, please know that it is automatic. The anointing is dripping up off of you automatically. I told you I was praying Psalms 23 one night over me and my kingdom spouse, and it was like I saw the coronation, right? But you know, when you're anointed, they put the oil on you. It was like I saw that ceremony for the both of us. The oil is dripping. It's dripping. Your anointing is dripping. And I know for me, my anointing is out of my mouth. So him giving me these speaking opportunities, right, no matter where it is, if it goes to my passions with the kids, whatever, my anointing is dripping. Your anointing is dripping, and we're in a place where it's automatic. Only God can do that. That's what Elijah McCoy invented. I'm writing the caption, and I'm like, pause. Wait a minute. You'd already gave me automatic a couple weeks ago. You had already told me the engine had been revving up. But now we're moving, we're performing more efficiently and effectively because the oil is steady dripping. It says he invented it because his job was so difficult, but that way the train can keep moving. Because if he didn't invent it, they would have to continue to stop the train so a human could manually oil the moving parts. But with Elijah McCoy's invention, that was no longer necessary. You didn't have to stop the train because y'all, the train not going to stop. We are truly there, okay? It's not going to stop. There's no stop, so a human has to manually oil anything. God, okay, is supplying the cup. He anoints our heads with oil. Our cup runneth over. God got the oil dripping out of our cups. God got the oil dripping off of his anointed children right now. And it's automatic. No stops. All gas, no brakes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Whoo!